Hello everybody, it's Tom again. Just this time I think I'm going to do a little something from just for a shout out to Japanese Green Tea here for suggesting me try this. It's just something a little off key from my usual. I'm going to get to my rundown next week because I'll be away for the weekend. He wanted me to go down 4 teams on here for my opinions on them. I mean, I'll be getting more in depth with them, but this is mostly my opinions. For the Indianapolis Colts, for his number one, we have debated that a lot. I really don't know what to think about them this year. They're a perennial playoff team every year. They're always there, and they're always good, but they've lost a lot of people this year, a lot of very key people, like Tony Dungy, the retirement of offensive coordinator Tony Moore, and offensive line coach Howard Mudd. I mean, you don't really get over those. There are very, very few teams out there that can get over things like that. I mean, Philly's done that many times over the past decade. So has New England. So has New York Giants and Pittsburgh. I mean, they've all lost a lot of people, key people they supposedly needed. Now, Philly's had a few setbacks, but a lot of that was mostly injuries and the inability to finish when they needed because they lacked real personnel that all the other ones really did. But Colts, I mean, they have a lot of the key people they need there. They have a lot of the pieces they need. But with Jaguars getting better this year, the Texans really starting to seem like they're going to get somewhere. I mean, I have Texans right around the top 10. I mean, the Texans are really good. They're young. Matt Schaub's doing really good. Their defense is starting to look better. I mean, they should be getting there really close soon. I mean, who knows with the Colts? They need to get their act together this year. They need to really gel. Otherwise, I just won't see them making the playoffs this year. As for the Texans, like I was saying, I mean, you got Matt Schaub. You got a lot of these other young people. Mario Williams. I mean, I still remember the first year Mario Williams came out, everybody said that this Houston should take Reggie Bush. Houston should take Reggie Bush. Houston's going to take Reggie Bush. Never did. I told everybody they're going to take Mario Williams because they are going to work on their line first and build out. They've been slowed down because nobody really wants to go there. They don't really get many people, and they're stingy with their money. Now, they're following what Patriots and Philly have done every year. And Patriots and Philly did not get to where they are all of a sudden. They had a few lucky breaks, but it took them a while. I mean, Andy Reid was lucky. He had a really good team to start, so he didn't have much. Then all those players that were really good at beginning started retiring and leaving. So over the past couple years, he had to rebuild. And now look at them; they look like they'd be one of the best in the league. Same with New England, same with Pittsburgh, same with the Giants, same with a lot of other teams like Dallas. But the Texans really look like they're on the verge of something really good. I mean, they might even push for their division lead this year. But I really think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll get the wild card depending on what other teams do in the AFC. Jacksonville Jaguars. Don't know about them. Last year they had everything they needed to. Injuries took their toll. People just didn't gel together. I mean, Del Rio's on the hot seat, in my opinion. I mean, he's had all the options you wanted, all the players you needed, and he still hasn't done it. I mean, he's gotten in the playoffs a couple times. I mean, mostly I think what it could be is just the quarterback. I mean, for so long, who knew really what the quarterback was going to do? I mean, Leftwich was injured left and right. I mean, that guy was a fighter. He got where he wanted to, despite his injuries. Now you got this other quarterback. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to look. I mean, I'm halfway I'm halfway asleep at the moment. They have a really good defense. They melted down. They have a very decent offense. Now, their offensive line, they really needed to go through and work that up. I mean, they went in the offseason, signed Trey Thomas from Philly. Trey Thomas is close to an all-pro. He's been in the Pro Bowl, I think, once or twice. The guy's a really good thing to go. He's not so much of a rusher in terms for offensive line blocking, but he's one of the best pass blockers you'll find in the league, and that's what Del Rio is looking for. Plus, Trey can train his eventual replacement. That's big. Running backs, they're set. I mean, you just don't go with Maurice Jones-Drew and his backup and not say they're not set. Wide receivers are another story, but hey, they need it. But like I said, back to Del Rio, it's all going to come down to him and his coordinators this year. If he can't get the job done, he'll be very lucky if he keeps it next year. If not, like Japanese said here on Guy Online in the NFL Guild, there's a lot of other head coaches out there that have it. But at the same time, Del Rio might still have some say in it, despite because of all the really, really good years they've had. But then again, that goes against them. Titans, on the other hand, I mean, you got Vince Young causing all this problem at the moment, saying if he's not going to start a QB, trade him. Is that going to happen? I don't think it will. I think what they're going to say is, look, you don't want to play, sit out the season, you still got to come back next year. That's just my opinion. Kerry Collins, flat out, when I was back in high school, my head coach on the football team was the quarterback's coach when Kerry Collins was in college. I've met Kerry Collins a couple times. Now, only in passing and saying hi, but so I doubt he'd even remember me, unfortunately. But he's a good guy. He's done a lot, but he had an alcohol problem. Flat out for the longest time. He's looked like he's gotten over that, and since coming into Tennessee, he's done an excellent job there. I mean, last year, how do you discount what he did? He was pretty much the only reason they got there on the offensive standpoint along with the running back. They made up for the biggest parts. I mean, their wide receivers didn't do that much overall. And then the defensive side, I mean, losing Hainsworth is not as big of a deal as people make it up. Hainsworth was a good player, yes, but he played way above himself, or it could be his real potential, which if that's the case, he's been playing really poorly over the past few seasons. But last year was a contract year, so there you go. He won't be missed that much. He never, that I've seen, never finished a full season. He's always partial seasons, half seasons, almost full seasons. So they let him go. They have a guy who came in who did close to the same work when he was out, younger, and is completely healthy. Now, who knows? I mean, I think Tennessee will take the division. Houston backing them up with the Colts and Jags trailing. That's just my opinion. Beyond that, that's pretty much what I have for that division. I mean, all four of them are decent teams, but I think in the division, Houston will overtake everybody in the next 2 years. That's just my opinion, though, if they could get things together. Well, this is it for this installment of just an off-center key for yous. It was mainly at the request of once again Japanese green tea from the NFL Guild on guideonline.com. So there, that's all I got to say for tonight. I'll see you guys around next time.